Okay, party people. Here are 3 different printouts of some examples that I attached. Okay, so we have 4, 8, 12 here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here. And we've got 3, 7, 10 here. Now, this is a project where there's going to be a lot of freedom in it. Okay, and I want to make sure that you're looking at these 3 different sets of examples to come up with something that you really want to draw. Okay, I also attached a link to a website that does a very good job of explaining the importance of these different masks. So when we get started, I want you to really kind of do a little bit of thinking of what you want to take from these 3 different pages, all these different examples, before you start to create your own. Okay? Now, let's get all started together. We're going to hold our piece of paper going up and down like this. We're all going to start with the same shape. And to start it, we're going to draw a big U. Okay, now notice I'm leaving room up top. Okay, a lot of the ones that I am looking at that I have taken my mental notes from, they have a nice U shape for the bottom of the mask. Then there's a barrier. There's like a line that goes across. And then there's parts that are up here. So up here, we're going to make what seems to be a bit of a crown. So I'm going to extend my U shape up. I'm going to try and find the middle of this line. I'm going to draw a line that goes to the top of my paper. Now, if your paper is bigger than mine, you can make a bigger crown. Mine is just some simple printer paper. Now, up here, we have an opportunity to create some great patterns. Okay, we've worked on patterns in the past. So to start with, I'm just going to break up this space by making 2 lines so I could add 2 different patterns here. And as I look at my examples, some of the patterns that they make are stripes that go sideways. So I'm going to repeat that over here. Some of them have dots and then stripes that go up and down. So I'm doing 4 dots and 4 lines. So I'll repeat that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then for this middle one, it's going to end up looking like a triangle, but I'm going to draw one side at a time. They're going to be diagonal lines. So now that I have one side, we're going to kind of come over here and complete that triangle shape. Excellent. As we work down our mask, I'm going to draw, we had that kind of straight, kind of curved line that separated the mask from the crown. I'm going to add just another line here. As I said in the YouTube video, they use a lot of different materials to create these masks. Mainly they're made out of wood, but then they also add feathers and animal hair, and they make all these beautiful cloths. I just did a kente cloth project with my 1st and 2nd graders. Those are beautiful. the patterns that they create and the colors that they use are outstanding. They're very, very vivid and very, very bright and fun. Now we're going to start to come down here and look at our face, the face of our mask. So to begin, we're going to kind of make an eyebrow and a nose shape. Okay, so we're going to start over here. It's not all the way at the top. It's not all the way at the bottom. I'm just moving down just a little bit. I'm going to draw a straight line. I'm going to skip this middle part. So I'm going to try and follow where that line would be with my finger and draw it over there. I'm going to cut this out eventually, not today, but I'm going to cut this out. So if you draw outside the lines like I did here, and there, it's okay. Now to complete our eyebrow and our nose shape, this is all going to happen kind of quickly. So I'm going to draw a curved line that goes like this. Okay. And then it's going to come down into a nose shape like this and end with a bottom line like that. Now we can add our eyes. To draw our eyes, first we're going to make a rectangle. I'll do the same thing over here. And then we're going to add a curve on top. It's going to mirror that curve right there for our eyebrow. And we'll have our bottom eyelid underneath. And in the one of the examples I'm looking at, we have some lines that come off. They don't go outside of that shape, they stay in it. Cool. Before we move any further down here, let's add some decorations on this forehead. In one of the examples that we have seen, there has been an oval shape. So I'm going to add a very large oval shape. I can only imagine that if this was on a real mask, this would be a sacred jewel. I'm going to add some wavy lines that come in. And I have these dots up here. I want to bring them back down here somewhere. So I'm going to add some dots. This is very, very free. I'm bouncing around. I'm trying to borrow as many ideas from my examples that I've provided you as I have. We're going to add some stripes going across. You can too. And then on the bottom of our nose, we have to make the bottom of our nose. We have to make our mouth and then a pattern for our chin. So for the bottom of this nose, I'm going to take this triangle pattern that we have here, and I'm going to bring it down here. And slide my paper up just a little bit. So I have that triangle shape. I'm going to draw a line down the middle. And I'm going to take those stripes. I'm going to add those on. For our mouth, I'm going to have a semicircle, a line in the middle, and another semicircle. And you know what? I like these stripes that I put here and here. So for this top lip, I'm going to add some stripes to it. And if you look at the examples, if you hit pause and look at the examples, there are a lot of them that have stripes on a lot of the portion of our projects. Okay. So let's see. What else can we add? We need to decorate our cheeks and our chin. So for our chin, I'm going to stick with that triangle pattern. Marker's running out of ink. And then I'm going to add those dots around it. For our cheeks, I'm going to come in and I'm going to add 2 curved lines that come down. And we're going to kind of come from the same spot, but end in a little different area. We'll do that one more time. I like how that looks. We will add some more dots that go up. And maybe we have some dots, little polka dots that get bigger, and all of a sudden they end up being full circles. I like that. I'm going to add one more oval around this piece here. Now, when it comes to the coloring in portion of this project, we're going to wait till next week, because next week I want to have mine colored in so that you can see an example of what it should look like. But I do know that there are portions of this that are going to be colored in with a dark black marker. Okay, so I'm not going to waste any time coloring this in with a pencil, and I don't want you to do that too, because you're just going to go over it with a dark marker. So today you're drawing and you're tracing, okay? And I really, really, really do want you to be looking at what we're working on here together, okay? And then going on your own, hitting pause as much as you want to look at these examples that I provided for you. I'm actually going to take out a thicker Sharpie marker, and you don't have to use Sharpies at all. And I'm going to go through and I'm going to change what some of my lines look like. So they're all kind of like the same thickness. So now as I do this, it gives a little bit more weight to some of the portions of our project. Okay. Maybe I'll do that for our eyebrows, see how that looks. Yeah, that changes it. Oh, yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Awesome. Enjoy this. Enjoy this and have fun creating your own mask. Look, I'm going to go through, I'm going to keep working on this thing just because we say it's done doesn't necessarily mean that it is. Maybe I'll go through with this thicker marker and we'll trace this outside portion. That makes it look so much different. Look at that. That looks great. That looks great. The only difference between the two markers that I am using, one is the tip, okay? One of them is your classic Sharpie marker. You don't have to use Sharpies at all. I use them so you can see what I'm doing, okay? So here is, and we'll move this for 1 second. Here is the big one that I just used to trace, and here's my normal size one. You can see that the tip, the drawing surface, is a lot smaller on our normal one compared to our big one. So if you don't have a big one, try and just go over once or twice with whatever area you would like to trace. Okay? Awesome. Have fun with this. I had a blast drawing this mask. I really did. And I can't wait to color this in and cut it out. Okay, have fun with your creation today. And I can't wait to see your progress. Remember to watch the video that I put in our stream of how to take a picture using Google Docs and send it to me. Okay, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Send me an email, okay, or write me a note on the Google Classroom, and I will jump in and help you out as much as I possibly can. Have fun.